You know, la baguette. You give me money, but I give you a paper. If the European Bank don't give money to France, France collapse. Pachim, bottom is go.
Okay.
The most of the world, it's a criminal. For the French people, is the guy who reorganized the French state, because without money, Greece, so finish. Конечно нет. On nie stupid. CIA did it. Done.
Hello and welcome to Zero Emotion YouTube channel. Today we're interviewing again our good friend Vincent from France, and we'll try once again to do the interview in English. First of all, welcome Vincent to Zero Emotion.
Thank you very much to receive me again.
Well, we have a few questions about life in France, and especially for me it's especially interesting the time where in France they switched to the euro because it was a big change, right?
Yeah.
So the first question I had is, do you remember when France switched to the euro?
Of course, I remember. It was. I was happy because I think it was a good thing. I think we don't have to change money when we are going to another country in Europe, and the television told us it was wonderful to have only one money, and we will be stronger with Tolka Adin money. Only one money is Vinci. Only one money, and I was Dada. I was no. It was too difficult because €1 equal 6 francs. Okay. 6 francs. No, it's not very easy to know the price in French francs, because at the beginning we have to know, we don't understand when you buy I think 6 francs, it's the price after euro Tolka Adin. No, you feel it's very cheap. It's cheaper. Da? No, it's not. It's the same price. And now when we try to make the difference, say okay, it was €10. How much in French francs? And you see the inflation, because it's very difficult. For example, bread. You know la baguette. La baguette, the French baguette.
Baguette.
La French baguette. With the French francs, in one baguette, it's less 1 francs. French francs.
Less than 1 franc.
Less 1 French francs.
Okay.
And now, when you want to buy a baguette in Yevra, it was Adin Yevra. So
more than 6 times the price.
6 francs French.
So this is 30 years? In 30 years, the price went up more than 6 times.
No, your salary don't upgrade 6 times more.
Yeah.
No, and it's the same for all. No, and the problem with euro now, it's because a nation, it's a people, culture, army, a territory, and a money. And when you can't, if you can't control your money, you are not free. You are not a country, a free country. I can't. In French, we say on n'est pas souverain. Souveraineté.
Sovereign.
Sovereign. Because Sitchas, it's before, when we want to sold product in another country, we can play with the money to make the price lower or higher, because it's our choice. Now we can't. We can because it's European Bank who decide for us. So what we see the German win because they before with the Dutch mark there was a strong money. They had a strong money, and with euro, the money is lesser. So the price of their product is lower than before. But in the French, for the French, the price of our product higher. So the German economy win, and the French economy, Italian economy, Spanish economy lose, because the price of their product, they can play with their money, and they can adjust the price to their product. So we lose a lot with euro such as, and it's a reason why I think we have to leave euro.
You think you should leave the Eurozone?
No.
Because for more
competitivity, for to be to restore our sovereignty, and adjust the price of our products to the reality, because today we have the same money of the Germany. No, Deutschland. It's not good for us. It's not good for us, for our economy. Может быть, это чуть-чуть, потому что это because it's in English, I can't explain more. No.
Well, we heard many things like this before, including how it is bad. Economists say it is bad when a new country with a weak economy tries to adhere to the Eurozone. Yeah. It's very bad for the economy. And we saw similar things, for example, in Lithuania and the Baltic countries, Baltic states, where they adopted the euro. And for the economy, it was not a very good idea, because they inflated the prices of basic goods very highly. But the economy, it's not so good. But for Germany, yeah, it was a good idea for them, because they strengthened the currency they worked on, and they were the strongest economy in Europe, right, at the time. So yes, I understand. I'm not an economist myself, but I can see the reasoning behind it. Of course, if you have your own currency in your own central bank, you can manipulate the currency, even inflate it at your own will to increase the revenue from sales abroad.
And we did it before, and it works.
And now you cannot, because it's controlled by the Central Bank of Europe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there is another thing, because French government, the European Bank give to French government a lot of money. So if the French government say now we don't want to pay, for example, it was wonderful. No, it's not. It's not reality. If the French government want to say we don't want to pay to the war in Ukraine, normally we can do. The European Bank can say, okay, you don't want to pay, okay, we don't give you money. If the European Bank don't give money to France collapse. Because France can pay our functionary.
So they rely on this revenue
Da.
for public.
Public employees and a lot of because every year the French government ask for money to the market. They make an obligation with you know what's an obligation? When a state need money, if you want to buy a car,
Yeah.
you don't have money, but you go to the bank and you ask for money. I don't know.
A loan.
A loan.
Loan.
A loan. No, yeah, no, I don't know by English. In English. So and the bank say yes, and after you pay interest. Yeah?
Yes.
And you take back the money years after years after. The French government do the same, but it's not
A loan.
A loan. Yeah? It's an obligation. The French government say, you give me money, but I give you a paper, and every year I give you, I return you back the money. You understand?
Right.
And
so you say it's a loan with strings attached. You have to promise to do something in return, not just pay the money back.
Yeah, you pay for obligation. You pay for money back, but who buy this obligation? Who buy? The European Bank.
Okay.
The European Bank give you money because they made money. You know, in French it's la planche à billets, and in English I don't know. So the European Bank made money.
Right.
It's just a paper, but they made money. No? And after they give the money to the French government. And the French government say, thank you very much for the money. This is the obligation, and I return you back the money for 10 years, or I don't know, with interest. If the French government say, I don't want to do this, the European Bank can say, okay, but I don't give you money back. Yeah, don't give you another money. If you don't do that, I don't give you money.
Right.
And it's like a mafia.
Yeah, it's a system of manipulation.
Yeah.
They can manipulate you and threaten you. It's blackmail, basically, right? They say, okay, you do what we want, but if you don't do you cannot do what you want because you're a free nation. But if you do that, you will not get the money this year or ever.
And you can see the situation in Greece. You remember Greece?
Yeah.
Greece, there was a crisis economy. Yeah? The Greece people, vote for a guy who say, we are free, we want to do this. He was elected. After, he go to the European Council and say, I want to do that. The European Council say, okay, you want to do that? We don't give you money. So after, he didn't do what he was elected for. Because he can't. Because without money, Greece, so finish. It's a mafia, da.
Yeah.
You understand?
No, I understand. Yeah, it's we hear about it sometimes, but because most of us don't have economical education, even in school we don't study this at all. So it's sometimes difficult to grasp the concept, but I got the concept of it.
It's simple. I give you every month. I give you money to live.
Right.
And one day you say, okay, but I don't want to live in Paris. I don't want to live in Minsk. I want to live in New York. I say, all right, I don't give you money more. You stay in Paris.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go to a different question. This is a more lighthearted question, so we don't get so depressed. When you worked in France,
Yeah. Where?
no, I mean when you worked in France, I'm still forming. When you worked in France, what was your first job? Do you remember it?
Can you now? Of course I remember. My first job, in English, the people in building.
Building?
Building. In apartment, usually big
Yeah.
building apartment, and sometimes there is a man who make clean the stairs, give you packets, give you letters. I was this kind of guy. Yadomayo in English. I think in English is Isabella.
I don't even know what. Concierge?
Concierge. In French, it's concierge. Now it's my first job. I was with the works an apartment free, and the work is not very hard.
But were you getting a salary?
And I get it salary.
So do you remember what was your salary at this time?
I remember when.
In francs, I think.
No. I don't remember in French francs. I remember in euro. In euro.
Okay.
Потому что, because when I see my first, I say, oh, it's not big. What's happened? It was my first salary.
Yes.
It was 800 euro.
800 euros.
Yeah.
And this was, do you remember what year? 90.
90. Les années 2000. In English. 2000.
2000.
2000.
So you were getting in 2,800 euros. And do you think with this money, this was average salary?
Yadomayo. I think that.
So average salary of 800. Do you think, were you able to live comfortably with this money?
Can you? Of course, because I was an apartment. Yes, I don't pay for electricity. I don't pay for water. I don't pay for...
Because you were the concierge.
Exactly.
So you got this... okay.
It's a big advantage in France. And after, with 800 euro, I can live normal. It's not a lot, but it's not... I was comfortable.
Mm-hmm. And this was in Paris?
In the suburb of Paris.
In the suburbs. Mm. And do you think now, if you worked in a concierge now, how much do you think you would get if you worked?
It depends where you work.
Let's say the same place.
The same place? I think maybe 2,000 euro. 2,000 euro.
Do you think this is enough to live there?
If you have the apartment there, yes.
If you own the apartment, right?
Yeah, if I have my apartment. And you are. And when you live in Paris, if you work in Paris like a concierge, I think it's a little bit more. And it depends where is the apartment.
Right. So let's say you don't own an apartment, you're an immigrant, and you go live in Paris, but you're working as concierge.
It's
it will be...
I think today it's a good place. And because it's a good place, it's very hard to find it.
You mean the job?
The job.
Concierge.
This job.
To be a concierge.
Because you have the apartment in Paris. If you are in the suburb of Paris, hot suburban. You understand what I mean? Yeah. Hot suburban. It's not a good job because it's a very dangerous job.
What do you mean dangerous?
Because in Paris, normally the people are educated. Nah? When you live in, if you are a concierge in the suburb of Paris with people who are not educated, maybe who don't like the authority, it's a little bit problematic. Uminia, yes, I remember when I was a concierge, yes, there was a young man who was from the hot suburb.
Okay.
And he was not educated. And it was very difficult because he don't respect the rule. I have to call the police. And the people who live in the apartment told me it's my fault if the guy don't go back, because they want I make my own justice. Da?
What do you mean if he doesn't go back?
If he don't go away from the he rent an apartment, and he live in the apartment, but he did something wrong.
Okay.
Always.
So it's your fault.
Some people told to me it's my fault because they imagine it's like Far West. No need police. Only you go to see him, you punch him, bottom is go.
Okay.
No, I remember I called the police a lot of time for this guy, and after he went.
He left the apartment.
No, it was very complicated.
So let's go to the next question.
Next question.
Okay. You lived in Paris how many years? All your life, right? You lived in Paris all your life.
I was born in Paris and I live in Paris.
So we can make a quick guide then, as a Parisian yourself, to the viewers. Yeah. What is it necessary to see in Paris if they're going to visit Paris? What is your bucket list?
I think everybody knows la Tour Eiffel, Notre-Dame, la Seine, l'Opéra de Paris, le Louvre, Конечно. Il faut se balader dans le Montmartre.
What is that?
Montmartre, it's a church at the top of the mountain in Paris. There is a little. It's not a mountain like Alp. It's a little colline.
Okay.
It's and there is a church and the Readum close to church. There is a nice street. Nice. Il faut voir les Invalides. Le Trocadéro, évidemment, mais c'est la Tour Eiffel. Извините, я говорю по-французски, да? Я говорю по-русски. Извините. You have to see metro, конечно.
Metro?
Metro. It's interesting. Rue de Rivoli, le Jardin des Tuileries, la place de la Concorde, l'Arc de Triomphe, les Champs-Élysées.
Yeah. So what would you say then it's your favorite place in Paris?
My favorite? I think I don't have favorite place. I think the atmosphere in Paris, the street of Paris, the way of life in Paris. Moi j'ai de when you are in a big street and you stop to a cafe on terrace and you just take the time to pour coffee, to drink coffee, ili Coca-Cola, I don't know, ili wine, to go to I think to go to a big restaurant, with a big chef, with a famous chef. One time in your life, it costs you a lot, but I think I did it. And when I did it, I think, it's a lot of money for nothing because it's only food.
Mm-hmm.
But I was wrong. It's not only food. It's like a poem. It's another way to eat. Really, really, really.
So you mean you were in a restaurant where they had a very famous chef, and you ordered their food, and it was obviously very expensive, and you were
not expensive because we don't go at night. At night is very expensive. We go for
during the day.
And during the day the price is a little low.
There's a tip for you who wants to visit France and Paris.
Go to the big restaurant, to the famous restaurant, but not in the night.
Go during the day where there's nobody. It's cheaper.
It's cheaper. It's a very good experience. We take, I remember, 3 hours to eat. For me, it's
3 hours?
No, it was wonderful.
What did you have there? They give you all the courses.
We have 10 or 12 courses.
12 courses?
No, it's malinki. It's ochin.
So when we see this stereotypical French dish where it's really small, it's actually true.
It's
but
true.
They offer 10 different ones.
Because there is a lot.
Okay.
When you have a small portion in Minsk, but you have 2 dishes only, it's very expensive. It's very expensive.
Because one portion is enough.
Because one portion it's only 1 or 2. Я не знаю по-английски. I don't know in English.
1 fork or 2?
One or 2 forks. 2 bites. But you have a lot.
Okay.
You have a lot.
I see. And you think it's worth it to go?
For me, it's worth it. I think before I went, I think I was crazy, stupid.
But why did you go? Did you go by yourself or someone invited you?
No. I go with a colleague of mine. One of my colleagues, he was a Peruvian, loves the food and the French food. And he told me, we go to this restaurant, we go on day, it's cheaper, and you see it's a very good restaurant. And we go, we were four people, and the 4 people love it.
Even you, who were not so, let's say, you were skeptical, and even though you were surprised.
I was very surprised because it was very, very вкусно. It was very delicious. It's another way to eat, really.
Okay. So let's switch a little bit the topic. As some of the viewers may know, we are right now in Minsk and we are studying Russian, and we have an interest in languages, let's say. And I know that in France, at least in the past, there used to be many different languages spoken in France. Right now, you would say that French language, as we know it today, I heard the term Parisian French.
There is a lot of languages in France before. You can learn it if you want, but nobody use it. Nobody, it's not true. Only a few people, Mala people, few people use it. Moi, j'habite perhaps in Alsace. It's near the German.
Alsace, yeah.
People speak more Alsatian.
What is it called?
Alsatian. No, every people speak in French.
I heard before of Burgundian language, of Occitan language, of
yes, there is today, but it's not an obligation. It's not like in Belarus. In Belarus, you have to learn Russian languages and Belarusian languages. All people they don't speak. Not a lot of people speak Belarusian languages in the life of every day. No, they learn it. In French, we only learn French and apatom, English, Spanish, and other languages.
Right.
But we don't. If you want to learn regional languages, you have to do on your own.
So let's say that in the regions, like the regional governments, they don't try to preserve their languages. They don't teach it in schools.
They don't teach it in school. In a public school.
So if you want, you have to go your own way to learn it. Because they don't help you with it.
There is some organization who help you to learn.
Right. But you have to go on your own
way. You have to go to this.
I see.
And no, I can't understand if you speak to me in Alsatian, en breton, in Corsican. I can't understand.
Right. And how long you live in Minsk? Over a year, you say?
1 year and more than 1 year.
Okay.
I was. I went here in March.
Right.
Next year. No.
Okay.
March, mi August. No. I didn't got
1 month, 1 year, 5 months.
1 year, 5 months.
So, what are your plans for me? Do you have any concrete plans?
Concrete plans? For what? For my
for your
future,
stay,
or for the next month?
No, I mean for your future in general. If you have
for my future.
Yeah, if you prepared something.
For my future, speak Russian as well as you.
I don't speak good Russian yet.
Can you?
I just have to let people know.
Speak Russian as well as you. Try to integrate more than the Belarusian culture, tradition, and see what's happening in the rest of the world, because I think there will be a lot of movement there, and it's just the beginning. It's just. You understand? So, I think the future is in this part of the world. I regret to see my country and go down. It's true. No, my future speak Russian as well, more. Better than you. It was very difficult for me. Try to have a good life there, and after I already think of what I can do before, after, make my own business, or work for a company. Może być. I make a lot of. I think the relationship with Belarusian, Russian, and Africa. Is grow up, and I think in Africa there is a lot of country who speak French.
Yeah.
And może być. I can make my place, because if I can speak French and Russian, maybe I can be. I could be. I can interest some in enterprise.
Yeah,
No?
that's
And
very believable, and because, well, um, we all know that Africa has maybe a lot of untouched resources.
no.
And the way the situation in the world is right now, there has been a rift between East and West, right? And you think that this part of the world has a lot of potential. That's why you're here, correct?
Yeah.
And that's why you're learning Russian. You bet on this horse, let's say. All right. And that's why you're living in Minsk.
I live in Minsk, and I'm not sure. I can't decide the future. Nobody knows.
Mm-hmm.
Me, как everywhere. No, my analysis, and I think it was a good choice. No, because I'm not. We are not allowed to think like me. It's a little bit difficult because when you told people what we want to do, they look at you. Sure.
Well, yeah, it's not, especially if you're a Western citizen, you live in Europe or France, whereas many people, even from Belarus or Russia, they dream of living in France. And to see a Frenchman, even Parisian for that fact, living in Minsk, choosing deliberately to live in Minsk and say, here it's better. What do you say to these people? What exactly do you think is better?
I can. It depends of the last person I told. It was a teenager. So teenager.
Okay, maybe there are teenagers watching. Maybe
teenager
you can
and
relay the message.
For the teenagers, be proud of what you are. I was very surprised. Oh, you asked me before. Told us what's it's wrong in Belarusian. It's not like that. No, what do you think of Belarusian? And I think a lot of Belarusian do think we are not good. You are better than us. It's not true. I want to live in Europe because I think in Europe it was you are better than us, and I can make my future better than. It's not true. I think Belarusian, Kakrushian, great people don't dream of Europe. See, just maybe. Before, maybe it was true. No, Sivonia. Today it's not true. It's not true.
So you're saying maybe a few years ago, the situation was different than this today?
A few years ago, 10, 20 years, 30 years ago, it was different. No, 5 years ago, it was like it was the beginning of the.
Right.
It was the beginning. So don't dream. It was difficult to me because I'm not. Maybe I'm not true. No, don't think about euro. Think about what you can do there, and I really think the future is there.
So there, you mean here?
In Belarus, in Russia, in BRICS.
All right.
But it's very long. I understand. Every day you have to be strong, to think I can do it. It will take a long time, but at the end I was right. I will be right. You understand what I mean?
Yeah,
it's very confused.
I understand, because many foreigners who come here also to Belarus to study Russian English, they have a similar mentality to you. Let's say they saw that there is a rift and big movement going on, a lot of changes, because the world never stays the same forever. Exactly. This is never true. Even the Roman Empire, that was an empire for 1,000 years, exactly. Eventually it collapsed. Everything has an end and everything changes. So I think you are very correct in a way that you're looking at the world not with these eyes full of roses, let's say, but you're looking at it methodically and making your own conclusion and your predictions. And you think, in your view, as many foreigners that live here as well, that the future is in the East, in the Eastern Europe. To our next question. France has always been a very, very important country in the history of Europe.
Yes.
And we have no shortage of important historical characters. Which would you say is your favorite historical character, French?
There's a few, lot. The first one, Clovis, потому что он became Christian, and the Christianism built. It was the basement of the French culture and the French state. First of all, a потом Charlemagne, конечно. Charlemagne, потому что Charlemagne make a big French. He goes all in Europe, and he organized that. Maybe German and don't agree, but for us.
Well, in history we studied as like East and West Francia, but it was Charlemagne.
I think after we don't study a lot French history in school. I think no, может быть François Ier.
And who is that?
François Ier. It's a king of France, and he was very important to import la Renaissance, Italian culture, and he organized a lot of treaty to stabilize France. Потом, of course, for us, very important guy.
Charles de Gaulle.
Before Louis XIV. Louis XIV.
Louis XIV.
Louis XIV. Of course, Versailles, big France.
Yeah.
After, извините, Napoleon. Конечно. For you, it's just for the most of the world, it's a criminal. For the French people, is the guy who reorganized the French state and show us the French people can be strong. And after the revolution, you don't understand. After the revolution, the French Revolution, it's a bloody period. Very bloody period, and disorganized period. And when Napoleon came, he gave us an organization. He gave us, he bringing us proud, make French great again, maybe. And he tried to save the French against the other country, and the other country is Britain, very bad. After Napoleon, you're right, Charles de Gaulle.
Mm-hmm.
Charles de Gaulle was very important because. And now you can see what's happened now. Charles de Gaulle tell to the American, we are French. You know what's mean France?
Yeah.
France, it's franc. It's the guy who the free guy. Franc in French, it's like free guy.
Like a free man.
A free man. And les Français was
Land of the free.
Da, land of free. Spasiba.
Okay.
Et Charles de Gaulle said to we are the French. We are a big nation. We have a big history, and we are not a colonized of America. And he said to America, "Okay, you help us, spasiba bolshoi. No, now we are alone, and we make our own future." And he did it. And today you can see, after Charles de Gaulle, what we have. We have the guy who said to America, "Okay, we're just a slave. We do what you want to do, what we want you to do." You understand? Oh, my English is kind of risky.
So, can you tell us a little bit about the political system in France? There's as many as 5 republics within France.
Yeah, there is 5 republics. Because why 5? Because after the French Revolution, after the king, you know, we had the king before.
Yeah.
After we have the French Revolution, and after we have a republic, and each republic have a constitution, like in America,
right?
Like in Belarus. All countries have a constitution. Constitution, it's a rule who told us how organize the power. No? And in France, we have 5 constitutions. Each constitution is a republic. First constitution, 1 republic. Second constitution, 2nd republic. And this one, it's a 5 constitution.
So you are now in the fifth French Republic.
Yeah. And who did the 5th constitution?
I don't know.
Charles de Gaulle.
Charles de Gaulle. So you can say he's the father of modern France. He's the father
of this republic. But he make a mistake because he imagined the constitution, the 5th constitution, for a guy like him. Who's the guy? It's the guy who said, "I'm here because the French people want I was the president. If I think the people don't like me, I resign." And he did it. Today, we have a president who knows people don't want him. He resigned? Of course not.
And speaking of which, didn't he say he was gonna swim in the Seine?
Конечно нет. On stupid.
He's not.
He knows it's very dangerous to swim in the Seine. You see the sportsman. In English, sportsman, Toshi?
Yeah, sportsman.
The sportsman who, after swimming in Seine,
they were sick.
They were sick. And of course, you don't. And after we have Parisian people who live in Paris who go to the Seine, too, and swim and say, "Oh, see, where?" All was sick. All were sick. No, конечно, only.
Okay. We had a question here sent to us by our operator, perhaps a bit inflammatory, but you talk a lot about Charles de Gaulle and how a great a leader he was and the father of modern French. However, during World War II, we know that France was defeated within 3 weeks, less than a month. So what can you tell us about that? Why were they so quickly defeated?
You think he was defeated because after the strike in Paris, you mean because he was defeated. First of all, remember, Charles de Gaulle said to after the war, America, yes, mnoga military base in all countries of Europe, West Europe, no? And Charles de Gaulle said to the American, first, go home I don't want an American base in my country. I'm not. I'm a free country. So he said to America, "Go home." America don't like. After he said to America, before the German came in France, invade France, the gold, the French gold, go to America to be protected. So all the gold of French central bank were in America. And de Gaulle said to the America, okay guys, now we are free, so we want the gold returned to France. And America don't like it. Because after there is, you remember the Bretton Woods system. So Charles de Gaulle say, because Charles de Gaulle do think, and I think he was right. If my gold is in America, when I need it, the America don't give him back. So he returned. So America don't like it. He say, this guy told us go home. This guy bring back his gold. This guy, we can say this guy, after this guy say SSR Carachot, China Carachot, not a good guy. It's not a good Americans, no? So there is a lot of Charles de Gaulle say, voilà, we are free and we are French and we are alone. And a lot of country remember against today, Yesho today,
even today,
they remembered this France, this position, this free French, with another languages, another discourse.
But what does this have to do with?
And so we have two situations. First situation, it was a revolution. In French, we called Mai 68. In France, we called this little revolution Mai 68. Mai 68, I think it was the first color revolution. You know what's a color revolution?
I think some of the viewers know.
Color revolution. No, I think the first was against de Gaulle. De Gaulle was a little bit surprised, but he don't resign. After he decided to resign because he make a votation, a referendum, to ask to people if they want to change the organization of the Senate, French Senate. And the French people vote, not vote for this modification. Charles de Gaulle wants, but the French people don't want. And Charles de Gaulle say, smartly, French people don't trust me because they don't vote like I told us. I think it was the better. So if they don't trust me, I resign. Sure. And it's why I saw before he makes a constitution for a guy like him. If he understands the people don't like him, he can't. The French people don't trust him. He say, okay, guys, my time is over. I let I go because you don't trust me. And why Charles de Gaulle left the presidents? And I think today I have no proof. No, I think CIA did it. CIA did it. The French, the color revolution a potom si vote конечно.
Okay.
And I think we were the first.
Okay. So let's go to a different question. Some people may know that There is Guiana still in South America that belongs to France.
Ah, la Guyane française.
Guiana française. Do people need a visa to visit this country?
French people, no, of course, but you, Belarusian, of course.
We need it because it's considered a part of France,
It's
right?
a part of France, Ganesha. No.
So people who are born there have a French passport.
Exactly.
Right. So it's no different than being born in like Nantes, for example.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Извините. You have to, you need a visa. Oh, no, and yet you don't need a visa. If you go to Brazil, apatom you cross the border without in the jungle, and after you don't have a visa. It was a little bit difficult to return to Europe, but
I think it's a bit difficult to cross in the jungle into the Guiana. Well,
no, need a visa, of course. It's like a France.
So let's talk a little bit about the University of Sorbonne.
Da.
Can everyone enroll in this university, or is it true that many people can't finish their studies?
Alors, everyone can go to the Sorbonne, but the number of places is limited, normal, no? And so if you don't live in Paris, I think it was a little bit difficult to go to the Sorbonne, and you have to be, when I was young, you have to have a good paper, a good. You have to be a normal student, a good student.
Mm-hmm.
And many people don't go to the end of the study. I think it's right, but not because the level of the university is high. I think it's because when you are a student, you don't want to go to the course every day. You don't want to work at your course, and a lot of students give up. Simply give up. After, there are students who live in Paris. It's not cheaper. It's very expensive. So a lot of students need to work to earn money to live in Paris. And if you work and you study, it's very hard. It's very hard.
But doesn't the university give the students a scholarship or some kind?
Yes, we have not a lot of place. Small place.
What do you mean small place? You mean small amount of scholarships?
Small. For example, if you have 100 students, there is only 25 rooms for the student.
25 rooms.
Apartment. Общежитие, yes.
Dormitory.
Dormitory. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the student who don't have.
And how can a student obtain a scholarship? Is it only for French students, or do they give scholarships for
Yet
foreign?
it's not only for the French, and maybe it's the problem.
What do you mean?
Because there is a lot of immigrants who can live in because we think maybe the foreigners are students. We help us more than French because the French students are French. We think maybe they can help us. They can't do it on themselves. Mm-hmm. And foreign student maybe it's more difficult. So we help a lot.
I see.
And we don't build another dormitory. Общежитие. No, we don't.
Okay. Oh, I think that's it, Vincent. Thank you very
Спасибо.
much for all the time to be with us and answer the questions.
Пожалуйста. Я забыл, как сказал по-английски.
So, guys, thank you for watching. Please leave a commentary if you have questions. I will be glad to read. And see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Пока-пока.